pressure and had to defend for 10, 20, 30, 40 moves in a row with no time on the clock.
100%. His time caught up with him. It was his time, I guess, as they say, right? For lack of a bad pun there. But no, it's we called it, right? We said that moment, 40-plus minutes, was probably going to come back to haunt him. You saw Ali Reza Firouzja shake his head at that moment. Viewers who've been with us the whole time, he knew that he had missed. Not sure what we're showing here. There we go. We've got Vaishali, Lei Tingjie. They're just getting going. By the way, speaking of ratings, we asked Hikaru about what it meant to cross 2,800, and we made the observation that it's possible he could be world number 2. Well, with that loss to Praggnanandhaa, Fabiano Caruana does drop to the world number 3 spot, and Hikaru Nakamura is officially the world number 2 player yet again. He's been there before, and now Hikaru is the second highest rated. Your streamer, as we say, a guy who's here to have fun and enjoy himself, seems to be doing just that. All right, what do we got here?
So, wow, we have a sacrifice from Vaishali just as we jump in, Anna.
Yeah, and this is the last game of the day, by the way, because Anna Muzychuk won her gaming classical against Pia Kramling. We'll need to review the end of that game, but now this is it, the final Armageddon. One of the few Armageddons of the day. Vaishali is the leader of the tournament, and she sacrificed on f6 to jump to d5 and now threatened to win the exchange back, either with knight takes f6 or knight takes c7. Is there a way to defend against it? It's forced, isn't it, that she's winning it back?
It looks forced. She does go for it. Knight takes pawn now, but pawn's pieces are collapsing all over the place. Black's knight now hits the white rook. You can take a timeout to defend that rook, move it, because Black's rooks, or at least one of them, won't be going anywhere anytime soon. And once the dust settles, it looks like, if I can count correctly, it will be level material. But Black will be left with these doubled f-pawns. We saw how that turned out in Firouzja's game. Vaishali looks like she's the favorite here, still with a 1.5-minute time advantage. But Lei Tingjie, she's trying to simplify the equation. Can she seek solace in this endgame? Yeah, crazy tactics there. But,
crazy tactics, well calculated by her too, to go for this while maintaining the time advantage.
Exactly.
And now, as we say that, she's definitely spending time on the clock now. Remember, Black has draw odds, so as fancy as those tactics were, and as much as you like her time advantage, it is going to head to an endgame where Lei Tingjie's only real weaknesses are the pawns, and so she might have decent holding chances here. All she needs is the half a point.
Yeah, but look at this really great patience from Vaishali, not cashing in too early. The rooks are going nowhere. So just improving her knight, first of all. She wants to drop her knight back, maybe to the centralized e3 square. Yeah, I'm not sure who I would take here with the draw odds versus the time advantage.
I don't know either, because I like Vaishali's position, but I love draw odds, and the time advantage for white is dwindling. So even if Vaishali was to lose this, by the way, one of the storylines coming into the day holds true. She has still not lost in Classical, now in 10 straight Classical games. Vaishali having drawn Lei Tingjie means that if you count the candidates and the first 5 rounds here in Norway, Vaishali Rameshbabu remains unbeaten, regardless of what happens here.
Yeah, she will be the leader of the tournament, and no matter what happens in this Armageddon game, because even though Anna Muzychuk has won 2 games in a row in classical chess, Vaishali has such a lead that her 1 point from Armageddon guarantees her the first place. I know she wants more. She's going into this game very ambitious, and I love this move, by the way, knight e3, because it looks like the e4 pawn will be hanging, but there's no time for that, because you will take the rook in the corner before anything could happen. She now has taken on e8.
Yeah, and a bit awkward for white. There's a pin on the e-file, so you cannot capture on f5 with a pawn. But look at this. She set up the sneakiest tactic. If Black now trades off a set of pawns and takes on e4 with a rook, well, she didn't, but there would have been rook takes d4 with a knight fork on f5. So the Black king had to step out of any potential checks. Anna, that's really clever, really sneaky stuff.
Very sneaky and a beautiful tactical pattern. Lei Tingjie doesn't fall for it, obviously. But it also means in those moments, even if you see it, but you still need to calculate it, you still need to double check that your calculation is right, and that takes time. So I think what Vaishali is doing really well, that she's playing strong moves and also keeping the tension, trying to keep as much complexity in the position as possible.
and keep an edge on the clock, to your point, right? Remember, when they reach move 40, they start getting 1 second added per move. But 1 second is just barely enough to physically move the pieces. In some cases, it's not. So it's not a lot of help. That's the point. And I think what you're saying, Anna, just holds true that, look, this position probably isn't winning. Vaishali knows it. She knows her biggest advantage is still off the board, and so she's playing quickly. And I give her really great chances now that for a while there, she was thinking, and I thought, oh, this is about to become level. But no, she's keeping the advantage on the clock. And unless Lei Tingjie can simplify, I love this rook c2 coming. This is a great idea. Yeah. Get the rooks off.
Watch out, Vaishali. Your time advantage is slowly being chipped away, and black is so active. King of the hill again.
King of the hill again.
These two.
But now Lei Tingjie wins. It's 1-1 between these two.
Oh, the black king, the black knight are so well entrenched in the center. Oh, watch out. The black rook coming down, snacking on pawns, but also some checkmating ideas if the white knight ever moves away.
That's a really good point.
Vaishali in trouble, maybe.
She is, and now that clock advantage might go away. By the way, if you play something like rook d2 to try to prevent it, black might go rook c1 and not even offer rook trades anymore because that white king has gotten itself in quite the precarious spot. So this is now advantage Lei Tingjie, despite the 50-50 evaluation from the computer. Human beings make blunders in these positions. We got forks, we got mating nets. Here comes rook c1, I'm imagining, and this is scary.
Oh, she goes the other direction, rook to g8.
Still looks fine, but rook c1 was so tempting.
I'm expecting the white king to step back just to safely guard this loose pawn on the g3 square. The reason the evaluation bar says level as well is most likely because at some point white will have to step back, try to trade off knights, but you're in a must-win situation. Playing the best objective moves will not lead to the points in this case. So rook to g2, she's desperately trying to hold here, Anna, but the clock's only less than 30 seconds in it now.
Less than... much less time, and also the increment, as we mentioned, is only going to be 1 second if they complete move 40. This is move 34 at the moment, so no increment for the next 6 moves.
Oof, this is going to be tough for both players on the clock. It's going to become a bit of a bullet match.
It's going to come down to a scramble. Everyone buckle in. The evaluation bar is going to give you a ride. We're going to be riding up and down with the bar here. Mistakes and time pressure are likely ahead. Both players about to be under a minute now.
Do you think they spent their rest day, Danny, playing bullet on chess.com to practice for this?
Yes, they didn't. I'm going to guess.
Okay, a check. Oh, this looks so close to a draw already, which is good news for Lei Tingjie.
Oh, okay, tricky move. You can't take the pawn because of knight f5 check, grabbing the rook on g4. It's just so much harder to play fast chess over the board. You cannot pre-move.
Yep, it's a totally different game.
And the 1 second increment that will kick in a few turns' time, it's not going to be enough. Like you said, Anna, physically, 1 second isn't enough to make moves sometimes. King to d7 re-establishes the threat to take this pawn.
Yeah, if you're Vaishali, are you going for the tricks and the forks, knight h5? Are you playing knight f5? Okay, yes, indeed. She goes for the forks. That's what I'm talking about. Give me some tricks in bullet. And maybe there's more to it than that.
Okay.
I was wondering if there was... Okay, no, there isn't. I was wondering if there was something with the rook coming to the e-file at some point. Tricks on the pin. No, here comes Lei Tingjie.
And white repeats the position, keeping the black rook out of the second round. But black's rook gets behind active. Ooh.
Okay.
Retreating now, Vaishali. Under 20 seconds. She's the one low on the clock.
She's the one low on the clock, but I'm actually getting more excited about the idea that this is going to be a decisive result. I think she'll switch to going after the h-pawn. Maybe, okay, she saves the a-pawn first, but here comes rook h2 at some point.
h5 might have been a good choice there to eliminate the kingside pawns, but...
King e3. Here goes the eval bar. We got less than 10 seconds approaching. Both players are getting 1 second added back onto their clock with every move now, everyone, but it's not a lot of time.
h5, such a classy move, undermining the white knight. This might remove much of the danger.
But knight g3. And if you take its check, I think she missed that.
Wow. Tactics. Great move from Vaishali.
Knight takes h5, but still, Lei Tingjie. But knight f6 check wins the d5 pawn at the end, and Vaishali is pushing again.
just like her brother in a knight endgame, a pawn up. Can she
Just
repeat?
like Prague, exactly the same. 3 versus 2, knight endgame.
Will she push just like her brother? She's like, I'm older than him. I was doing it first. Oh, wait. Did she just repeat moves?
She stopped the clock, Lei Tingjie. She's claiming a threefold repetition.
No, but she didn't stop the clock. I don't think she's allowed to do that. I think you have to.
Oh.
Wait.
What's happening?
The arbiter is checking. Her next move would have been this last move, king to e4. The arbiter is checking whether that's threefold repetition.
So she claimed it before she lost on time. What is the rule on that? Do you have to stop the clock before you make the claim?
I think you should. I would have thought that you need to stop the clock.
We're about to get into some interesting territory, everyone. We might have controversy because even if she's correct in making the threefold repetition claim, which I'm not sure she is, I don't think she is, she didn't necessarily make the claim properly. You are supposed to pause the clock before you call the arbiter over. And our review right now in studio, courtesy of Grandmaster David Howell, reviewing it with chess.com/events, it has not been 3 times. It was only twice. And Lei Tingjie...
Wow, it looks like she might not have lost on time, but Vaishali will gain an extra minute here.
Because of the false claim that happens. So they are giving her back the 2 seconds she had on the clock when she claimed it seems, but Vaishali does get the extra minute, which honestly here means a lot.
Wow. Vaishali, extra time on the clock. So dramatic. Now she has time to think. She has time to stop and calculate. If she drops her knight back to f6 with a check, that will be 3 times. Lei with Lei Tingjie, knight to f6 check, king to f5 would repeat. So Vaishali has had to play a different move.
Yeah, we've got the clocks reset. Shout out to the team, crushing it. Resetting the tech quickly. We've got a great view here of Vaishali's extra time. She's going to take b7 for d4, and we've got a 2-on-1 knight endgame.
Yeah, but Prague was talking about 3 versus 2 winning chances, 2 versus 1. Those winning chances might disappear, and Vaishali's gone passive with her pieces now.
Interesting approach there.
She prefers to keep the pawn on the board, so she wants to have 3 versus 2 rather than 2 versus 1.
Wow, maybe that was the right idea, at least from a practical perspective. It does make it harder for your opponent the more pieces you keep on the board.
She's advancing. She has a passed pawn.
Apparently, knight c7 is a mistake.
At this point, I'm not even sure it matters. I think the position is probably winning for white, and she's pushing. Here goes the king, and she's got to pass d pawn. Vaishali.
Stop the pawn.
It's winning. It's winning.
OMG.
Keep pushing the king. There we go.
She gets the king to e8, and there's the next moves. She can just get a queen now and make the knight give it up, but she goes for more.
Wow, she deflects the black knight, makes a queen.
Beautiful.
She's the queen of the chessboard right now, and she's going to win this game.
Checkmate. And it's checkmate on the board.
Vaishali is the tournament leader at Norway Chess Women, and what